Hey, welcome to another episode of Chad's Beer Reviews. It's been a week since my last beer review. Well, let's get started. So, the first beer from my BeerDrop.com box. This is 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 Garden Beer Wild Saison Ale. All we know about it is that it's 5.2 ABV, and it was canned on February 21st, so a little less than 2 months old. Let's get into the Spiegel Tulip glass, or Belgian glass, whatever you want to call it. Got that classic saison color. It's like not quite amber, not quite orange, right there in the middle. It's definitely got a cloudiness to it. Not much of a foam on there, but it's pretty normal for, well, yeah. So I'm getting Brett. I'm getting the countryside, just that terroir character, but it also has like a uniquely American character to it as well. Like if you had Saison DuPont right here, they would like be completely different smells, but also kind of familiar. This doesn't smell like super dry. A lot of those Belgian, a lot of the Belgian Saisons, especially the stronger ones, are just like super peppercorn and phenolic. This one, no, this one strikes me as being more fruity. Like I said, it almost strikes me as being like juicy, but that Brett implies like a tartness or an acidity, so it's kind of smelled like lemonade. But all right, I am rambling. Let's get to drinking here. Cheers. Wow, that is tart and acidic. Wow, like as soon as it hit my tongues and I only have one tongue. As soon as it hit my tongue and lips, just wow, just like a punch in the face of sourness and tartness. Kind of like a Greek yogurt. In fact, this is much more sour. This is much more sour than it is like Brett character. It's like up front, it's just it's actually kind of a classic American, like that classic kettle sour. Just that clean lactic acidity. Almost, but not quite salty. So yeah, like I described it as being like almost like juicy or lemonade. Yeah, it comes through in the flavor as well. So I would call it like almost like a little tangerine or blood orange. Not quite, your standard navel orange or something like that as far as the orange flavor and aroma. I would not call it sweet though. It's kind of weird because it is like a fruity flavor, but because that Brett, ate away all the sweetness, and also there's clearly some lactic acidity going on here. It is not sweet at all. It has like the flavor of fruit, but without the sweetness. There is definitely a phenolic character, more in the background, and it's kind of walking a fine line between the good and bad phenols. Like there is kind of like a essence or suggestion of like plastic, which is usually a bad phenol, like a chlorophenol. But otherwise, there is like a little bit of peppery spiciness, which is a good phenol. So it's kind of an interesting juxtaposition. There's a word I don't get to use too often. Really tart, really sour, really phenolic. I will say I would not call it estery. So this does not taste much at all like Saison DuPont or something like that, or even like Boulevard Tank 7, or some of the other good saisons. Like those ones are just like massive, like weedy and doughy and bready. This one to me strikes me as being, it's almost like those trendy fruit straight sours, but with the addition of Brett, it's got like that saison terroir character going for it. By the way, I love this label. It does not look like a beer label. It just looks like your grandmother's wallpaper with the flowers and the the insects and the butterflies. Yeah, this beer would be awesome if it just like wasn't for like that little bit of like that little plastic, little medicinal kind of phenol character. There was a slight fermentation issue on there, but otherwise it's pretty solid. Strikes me more as a sour than a wild beer. It's or mixed fermentation, obviously, is how I would score this. Personal preference, It's good. It's not great. I've had much better beers of just a straight saison or a wild. This is, as far as like my untapped grade, I'm probably gonna go. I think 3.75. I think it's somewhere between 3.5 and 4. I don't really think it's better than a 4, which is kind of a bummer because it's 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, full 16-ounce can. I do like that it's 5.2 ABV. I forgot to mention the mouthfeel and all that. It's actually not a super big beer. Probably put it like medium light body. Carbonation strikes me as being a little low. Like you think it'd be like champagne effervescence, which actually most saisons are. This strikes me as being like actually kind of like medium low, maybe medium moderate carbonation. It's quite refreshing while it's in the mouth, and it finishes very clean, just a little clean lactic acidity aftertaste. But this is no challenge to drink at all. This is actually pretty refreshing on a nice hot Florida night. So I think 3.75 for the Garden Bière from 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 saison ale. I wish I just had more of like the base saison character. I think like the lactic and the Brett is like just a little overshadowing that base brew there. Like I would prefer like more of a weedy character and like some spicy hops, but I'm really not getting them, which it's fine if that's what they're going for. But yeah. All right. So by the way, I got this on beerdrop.com. Link in the description below. If you want to sign up with BeerDrop, you get $10 off your first purchase, and let us know that I sent you. All right, I'm going super long as always. If you watch all the end, you're awesome. Thanks for watching. I'll see you for a Tuesday night beer school. Cheers.
Somebody brewed it. Chad just reviewed it. Thanks for watching Chad's beer review.
Trust me, the next episode will be a lot better.